Good afternoon. I just entered Antelope Island State Park. I am coming out here with the intention of trying to get some bison photos. So you would think for a place called Antelope Island there would be antelope, but there are surprisingly few antelope here. I'm hoping to be able to get some good bison photos because there are a lot of bison here. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of other wildlife here too, but I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. I have with me a Tamron 150 to 600 millimeter lens. With a Canon R5. Right now I'm shooting on the Canon R6 Mark II, and I borrowed a separate body, Canon R5. Unfortunately not a Canon R5 Mark II, that'd be cool, but not today. I've just got to drive out here to the island a little bit, and we'll see what we can find as far as bison and other critters go. I see a whole bunch of buffalo. Buffalo. I don't know. Yeah, those are all bison. Sweet. I was a little worried that we weren't going to see any for a minute. Because usually whenever I've been out here before, I've seen some before I get to this point. So I was a little worried for a second, but looks like we're all good. There's a whole bunch over here, along with a whole bunch of people, which is awesome. There's so many of them. This is really cool. I don't think I'm quite close enough though, but I don't really want to like walk out into the field. I gotta see if I can figure out a good vantage point where I can be a little bit closer and not be like in the way, because I don't want to get trampled and murdered. But I don't know, this is cool though. There's tons of them, just right here. Yeah, just not close enough. I think I'm gonna move down here just a little bit more. That is so bright. I hate not having an ND filter for this freaking lens. I'm going to move down here just a little bit more and just kind of watch them. It's about as close as I dare get, but there are a whole bunch more over this side. They're all migrating this way. So I'm just going to kind of sit here and watch them for a little bit. There are some that are a little closer to the ridge line that I'm on. So we'll see if they end up coming my way or if they head out into the field rather than stay close to this ridge, but I don't know. We'll sit here for a bit and watch. What's he doing over here? Oh. There's this one over here who cleared out a whole pile of dirt and just started rolling around in it. I'm assuming just to cool himself off, but it's kind of funny watching him do that. It's like a dog on his back. It is hot. Very hot. There's a whole bunch of them over here just running around, like chasing each other and playing with each other. Kind of, they're like big dogs. It's kind of weird. So I'm actually not sure if it's going to be worth it to stay here for a while. They kind of seem to be avoiding this spot that I'm sitting at. Not that I want them to come to this spot, but I at least want them to come a little closer. But they don't seem to be interested in coming this direction. So I might head this way just a little bit, just because that's where it seems like they're going. And there is like some shade and stuff up there, so I imagine they're probably heading up there for shade. But it is hot, very hot. Also, was looking back at some of the photos on the Tamron here, and not real impressed with how it's performing so far. So images are not coming out very sharp. So I'm really hoping they come a little closer. And I think the reason for that is just because the bison is so far away, and there's all the the heat waves that come up off the ground. So I'm assuming that's the reason, but I don't know. Hopefully I can get one a little bit closer and, you know, kind of cut through some of that haze, or those waves. Because so far all I'm getting is just kind of soft and not very sharp images, which is lame, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I've got an adult and a baby one kind of heading my way. So hopefully they don't come too far my way. I don't want to be in their way, but we'll kind of see. Hopefully they kind of keep their distance. I mean, realistically, I'm the one who has to keep my distance no matter what, but we'll see. So they're close, but they're not as close as I would like them to be. I think I'm going to move to another spot. There's just nothing really happening. Yeah, I'm going to move. I'm also dying of thirst. Remember, it's really hot out here. Alright, well, so far not off to a great start. Yeah, I don't think I really got anything that was good at that first little spot, so... And of course, now that I've left, I'm watching all the bison kind of crowd in on that spot that I was sitting at already, so... That's cool. I don't know. We're just gonna keep trying to drive around and see what I can get. See if I can find a good vantage point, or find, you know, one that's maybe closer to the road or something, so... I don't know. Trial and error. That's kind of how this thing goes. I think this is my chance. There's a couple of bison just here right off the side of the road, so hopefully that's close enough for me to get something that's good. So I'm gonna hop out here and try. I ended up moving up just a little bit because all those people moved out of the way. So bison are right there, and they are within view, which is awesome. This is nice being able to just shoot by my car, because now I'm in the shade and I'm not just sitting out in the sun. And I can also film now, which is great. He's walking towards me.
It's worth noting that bison are not naturally aggressive. They only get aggressive when they feel threatened or agitated. They also have certain behaviors that indicate whether they are getting ready to become aggressive or not, such as raising their tails and stopping what they're doing to watch you. Since this one was wagging his tail, stayed focused on eating, and obviously felt non-threatened enough to walk into my space, I was most likely totally safe, but better be safe than sorry. No matter how calm they may appear, you should never get too close. It's still a wild, unpredictable animal.
This bison's like right here in front of me. And he's kind of coming towards me, and I'm trying to figure out if I need to get in my car or not. I'm like backed all the way into my door, and he's just kind of slowly making his way closer and closer to me. The pictures are awesome, but it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. He's only like 30 feet from me. Okay, well that was probably one of the most nail-biting wildlife experiences I've ever had. As you saw, he just kind of kept getting closer and closer, and I just kept backing further and further into my door. I was this close to just... I threw the camera in here, you saw that, but I was this close to just getting myself in the car and just, you know, cramming myself in the passenger seat. Because that was a little too close for comfort. It was almost a little too close for comfort. I was already starting to get a little nervous with him getting that close, but any closer and I would not have been okay with it. So, but I think I got some good photos from it though, so that's great. Yeah, just looking at the back of the screen, looked like they were pretty good. And also, I think that solved my sharpness issue that I was having. I think it really was just an issue of everything just being too far away. It's too hot. All the heat waves are coming off the ground. You know, if you take a photo of something a mile away, you're not going to get any sharp detail out of it anyway. So, like, I mean, not that the animals were a mile away, but they were a little bit further. But yeah, I think I got some good stuff. So I am, now that the sun's starting to get lower. I'm gonna come off the east side of the mountain here and go to the west side. And usually there's more bison over there, but I don't know, we'll see. There's at least like a cool view, there's a beach and stuff. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna throw those bison photos up on the screen though, the ones that I just got of that guy who just came right up to me. And I'm gonna throw those up right now. Let me know what you think about them. I think they're pretty cool just straight out of camera, so we'll see how they look after I get them in Lightroom and edit them. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any bison over here on this side of the island. So I might just go up to this little sunset viewpoint up here. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but there's this big perch up here. There's kind of an overlook for this beach that I'm at. And I think we're just gonna go up there, shoot some just standard landscape sunset photos. And then they just call it a day. So I've been out here for a while, it's hot, and I think I've shot all that I think I've shot the best stuff that I'm going to be able to get. So unfortunately, I think that bison coming up to us was probably the most exciting thing that's going to happen. And it's probably going to yield the best photos. So I'm just going to head up to the top of this peak here, shoot sunset, and then probably just call it a day, call it a night. It's hot, I'm tired, I've been here for a few hours, and I'm ready to go home. All right, well, I'm signing off here. So I took a couple photos, but they're just not, I don't know, and not anything crazy. I can't get tight enough on this, and I don't trust this lens enough to do anything that's way far out. So again, this was the Tamron 160 to 600 for the EF mount, and then I've got it on an adapter on the Canon R5. I've had a lot of issues with this today. So the R5 has really good autofocus, but for some reason my autofocusing point in here is stuck. So this isn't my camera, just putting that out there. So I don't really know what the deal is, but can't get the autofocus point to move around with the joystick. Servo mode is just doing this weird focus breathing thing, and it's not working great. It worked, from what I can tell, pretty well with the close bison stuff, but anything that's far out is just, I don't know, I don't trust it, man. So I don't know, I got a couple photos. If it turns out good, I'll pop them up on the screen, but I don't know. I don't trust it.
Hi, Editor Chandler here. So I did actually figure out both of these issues at home. It was in fact heat waves that was giving me the sharpness issues with that lens, and there was a setting in the R5 that was turned off. I tried toggling through settings in the field, and even though I'm very familiar with Canon's menus, I was pretty buried and I was pretty focused on Bison. So all of my problems today could really be chalked up to both the heat and just user error, or just the heat.
Anyways, I'm gonna head home, so our light is pretty much about gone. There's not really too much of a point in doing landscape photography just because the light's nice, but there's no clouds or anything, and I'm sick of shooting skies without clouds. So, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.